All right, what's up, everyone? South China Morning Post here. Nick Atkin with the champ, Kade Ruotolo, just retained this belt, which I just tried on. It's so heavy. I'm hoping you're okay to carry that. You don't have to hold it the whole thing. If you want to put it down, please do.
When my arms put it down, I'll put it down too.
Yeah, but a successful title defense against Tommy Langaker. Unanimous decision. I don't want to just ask you all the same questions you've already had, but I have to do some obvious ones. Yeah, how does it feel to retain that belt? You said you had a few issues in camp. You fell over skateboarding, is that right, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, man, that was probably the biggest lesson learned in this one, I live right next to this massive hill, and it goes down to the beach, and I've always eyed it out. I'm like, I'm going to bomb it one day, and I don't know what got into me, but like a couple weeks ago, I was like, I'm finally doing it. I started drifting on like my third drift down. I was like, oh, too much speed, and then boom, I fell over on my wrist and my ankle, and yeah, I kind of tweaked them out a bit, a little sprain, but so kind of kept me out of training the last 2.5 weeks. But other than that, it was the biggest lesson learned for sure.
Do you feel that in the match today there were things you couldn't do because of the injury?
I don't even think it was so much the pain of the injury. It's more so just the lack of preparation, leading into the match. Anytime you're not training before a competition, even though you've been training your whole life, you just have like little, you have those little thoughts like, am I physically ready? Am I mentally ready? Just little questions like that. And, I was feeling a lot of those. Thank God Ty was in my corner. Without him, who knows what would have happened out there. Yeah. So, yeah, he's the key to victory tonight for sure.
How did he do, Ty? Good?
You did all right. No, that's what I was, when you said successful title, I was going to say semi-successful. It's never successful unless it's a submission. So.
Yeah, but as you said, you weren't at your best, but you still got it done. Does that make you does that give you an ego a little bit, or does it keep you grounded thinking that, I wasn't even at my best here, but I still beat this guy who was the next best, in my division?
No, exactly that last option, just kind of keeps me grounded, makes me think, no matter what. I've been, pretty injured before matches before, and at the end of the day, no matter what's going on physically with you, it's all up top, it's all mental, So, I'm just relieved to get the job done, and I'm excited to have a proper camp for the next one. No skateboarding, and get it done.
Yeah, I was just speaking to Chatri before you came in, and I asked him about you going to MMA, and he said he thinks you guys could play any sport, whatever you want to do. You guys are both just so athletically gifted. Everything you've ever tried, you seem to be amazing at. Yeah, what other sports do you think you could do if it wasn't MMA? If it's no combat sport, how about football, soccer?
It's funny you say that, because I'll tell you what, we have to be the worst ball sports in the world. Ty and my manager will be right there to second that. Anything with the basketball, air balls all day, soccer, I can't even keep it under me. I don't know what it is, but anything with the ball sport, we're just the worst at. But, we've been doing the same couple things since we were 3 years old. We started jiu-jitsu, surfing, and skating all when we were 3 years old, and we've been doing that our entire lives, So I think people seen us surfing a bit, and they're like, they could do it all. Not really. We can just jiu-jitsu, surfing, and skating. That's about it.
I saw Ty on the ripstick, I think it was called, in Denver. Are you good at that as well?
Oh, I love the ripstick. Yeah. It's a mix of surfing and skating, So, I grew up on that thing for sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, if it is MMA then, when do you want to do this? You keep saying, like, probably next. Can you give us a definitive answer? Are you going to grapple or fight?
So I haven't signed anything, so I can't give an exact date, but 100% by the end of the year. I'm not going to let this year end without my debut, So, maybe September, something like that. We'll see what cards one has, and I'm super antsy. Like I always say, I want it to be next month, but my family, friends, coaches, they're all telling me, do it smart, wait, and make sure there's no other field lacking. So I'm polished up and everything, and just when I do step on those mats, I go straight to the belt, double champ.
Yeah, you said your mom was querying you. Like, why are you doing MMA so much? You got a grappling match coming up. Right. It seems you're really into this.
No, 100%. So I've always, my whole life I've been in love with MMA. I've always watched it growing up. Trained it here and there. Especially as of recently, the past year, I've been really wanting to make that MMA debut. But there's always a jiu-jitsu priority, whether it's ADCC 1, something that we have to train for and kind of focus for. And, there's probably going to be another one next month and the one after. And I just finally made the decision. I'm like, even if I have something jiu-jitsu coming up, I just need to stick to training MMA, because, if I don't stick to that training regimen, then I'm never going to have that debut, and have that confidence to make that debut. So, the last before these last 2 weeks, before that skating fall, I was pretty much training a lot more MMA than jiu-jitsu. And my mom was like, "What are you doing? Train nogi, man, train nogi." But I was like, yeah, I need to get it going. So yeah, I'm super excited for MMA.
Who are you training with or working with, or have you got people you want to work with? You know, if you are transitioning to MMA, you know, have you got any ideas? Because I guess Atos is basically jiu-jitsu based, right? I'm not entirely clued up, but
no, mostly jiu-jitsu. They actually recently started adding an MMA class 3 times a week, and you know, there's the legend behind it, Gabriel Mangoli. He's also super sick, and he's been showing me some cool things. Look forward to working in more with him, and I've also been going south of the border in TJ, working at Entrim a bit, you know, mixing it up with those guys. Thank you guys for all the training so far, and you know, hope to keep that going as well. You know, before that, I was training a bit with Cum Swanson, those guys down in Costa Mesa. So I'm kind of getting a bit from, you know, different places and just trying to see, like, you know, what I fit in the most with, and see, you know, who's gonna really help and you know, bring me to that debut, you know, confidently. So, you know, I'm kind of, you know, not weighing out my options, but just seeing, you know, what makes the most sense for me. And yeah, so soon I'll have a solid camp, a solid team, and make that debut.
Well, the interim heavyweight champ put your brother in a headlock yesterday. I think you tapped out, Ty, when we were doing an interview.
Who's that?
Anatoly Malakin, yeah, the big man. Would you ever consider coming out to Phuket, maybe doing a camp? He's got his own gym now, next to Tiger Muay Thai. Would that be something you'd love to do?
1,000,000%. Yeah, I think on Monday, I think we're going to Super Bond's gym, and we're going to go mix it up and, yeah, go train over there with Super Bond. So I'm super looking forward to that. You know, he had a beautiful left high kick finish today, so congratulations to you. That was amazing to watch, and a huge fan. But yeah, I'm super excited. I'm going to try and, you know, we're only here for a couple more days, but I'm going to soak in as much Muay Thai, as much striking as I can. And hopefully we get on the card next month, and I can do the same.
Yeah, that was an incredible finish from Super Bond. Flatlined him, didn't he?
Unreal.
Anything else you enjoyed today on the card, or were you just too busy in the zone?
Was kind of in the zone before mine, you know, but of course the main event. How could you not? You know, that was unbelievable, man. We were warming up in the warm up areas together, and you know, to see how calm and relaxed he was. Everyone putting max effort in the warm up, and he was just keeping it mellow. And then all of a sudden, when he stood out there, it was the complete opposite. And you know, 2 minutes in, I was like, wait, so it's over? I didn't even know. And you know, so amazing, congrats, and it was super huge fan.
I imagine Ty's next. Then will you be coming back with him if he has a match?
That's the plan. Well, fingers crossed we can get on this. I think there's a card in about a month here in Thailand again. So, you know, fingers crossed. If you know, Thai can't get on me, or you know, vice versa, definitely one of us want to get on that. If both of us, if can. But yeah.
All right. Well, that's it. I'll stop because this is really heavy, and I know you're probably struggling there. But thank you so much, Kade, and congratulations on the win. It's been another great performance from you, and we can't wait to see you in the circle with those MMA gloves on.
Let's go. Thank you so much. Me too.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dom Lau here from One Championship. You are tuned into the best damn martial arts news outlet anywhere in Asia. SCMP Martial Arts, baby. Give them a follow.